Morning, everybody. My name is Chris Legaspi. I'm the Vice President of Commercial for Archipelago Hotels. I'm based in Jakarta, as you can see in my shirt. And I am pleased to introduce my colleagues in this panel. Please come forward. So while they're coming here, in the hospitality industry, striking the right balance between optimizing maintenance costs and ensuring guest satisfaction is a nuanced art. Our panel today will try to help everybody understand the balance between guest satisfaction and, of course, sacrificing or managing the cost. With me today are actually 3 or 4 of the very strong leaders here in this market who will be introducing themselves one by one. Please.
Hello, everyone. I'm Luan from the SOJO Hotel Group. This one quite new and young group. This one totally developed by local people. And we invest and operate by ourselves. Just shortly intro. Yeah.
Thank you, Luan. My name is Minh, looking after development for Marriott International in Vietnam. Very glad to be here on the 7th, and it's also my 7th time with the conference. Nice to see you all.
Thank you, Minh.
Hello, I'm Kuan. I'm from Becamex Hospitality, a subsidiary of Becamex IDC in Bình Dương. I believe you all know that. We are young. We're operating 2 hotels now. The 3rd one will be coming soon. And I just hope that I can give you a little pennies of thoughts today. Thank you.
Thank you, Kuan.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you all today. My name is Denny. I'm from FLC Group. Thank you, and it's nice to meet you all today. Thank you.
And thank you, Denny. Okay, let's jump in. First set of questions related to technology and innovation. How about we start with Luan? Okay. How have innovative technologies specifically contributed to reducing maintenance costs at SOJO hotels while enhancing guest satisfaction?
Thank you, Chris. This is quite a difficult question. And you see that as very traditional in hotel operation, how we manage this. You say that lucky or unlucky. You see that as all after COVID, so everything had to shut down. You see in the Europe also, they have a new conception or definition that is skimflation. You see that in the industry of the FMCG, food, fast-moving consumption good. That is happened now. In the hotel industry, I think it's the same because that's all the revenue we already match to the floor.
Yes.
And then how we use our profit machine. That's only the way we saving the cost. So I say that, okay, why luckily or unluckily, SOJO is quite new hotel. It's actually I see that it's almost developed from the 1918. We start this concept. And then from that concept, we think that this only the way we can get the profit margin to save the cost and to enhance that get the satisfaction through all the customer journey. I said that David said from the beginning that is okay. We see that all the 3 guest journey main one, pre-stay, stay, and post-stay.
Okay.
This one is quite impact to us. I said that we discussed about how we develop this from the concept. We think that this we need to save cost from the what maintenance. Maintenance we start from the design team also. This what we have to optimize our design from the flow of the customer flow, from the when they check in, when they step in the hotel, when they come to the room, everything we think in the very detailed with this.
Okay.
Then we think that, okay, what technology we can apply for that? Is say that is okay for the operation team. What we bring in? We bring in the all the technology like the facility management.
Okay.
Or the room management system. This one can help us to measure exactly what the customer use, what we can save the money. Instead of, okay, before that in the traditional hotel, you all the data just only estimate. We cannot know that exactly what you can be saved.
Okay.
That is it for our operation. For the customer also, we also bring our new technology, like we develop our app.
Okay.
From the, that is all because it's our hotel, lifestyle hotel. We know that, okay, our audience is, who is audience? All is Gen Z or the millennium. So they all action through even they don't try to get the booking, they all go through
The apps, right?
app
And mobile.
or a social network, everything else. So that's why we can develop the app.
Correct.
App is developed by ourselves.
Yes.
And then they can check in, check out. Even that, no need to go through the front desk. We don't have front desk. We don't have the reception. So that help the customer save the time. Also, I also save the time.
Okay.
Yes. And the other thing that is, I say that, okay, that is for the guest. And that is help us to maintain many corner in the hotel as well. So try to reduce all our cost. It's not only that maintain.
Okay.
Even that labor cost, everything there.
So thank you very much for that, Luan. So basically, if I understand this correctly, you consider the customer journey and optimize the construction of everything related to that so that everything is optimized basically, right?
Right.
Okay, very good. Thank you for that. In relation to what Luan said, Kuan, what role does technology play in strategizing the cost, right? So how do you balance this?
Okay, I believe that everyone is expert here, so I just give you some of my thoughts. Now we talk about optimizing costs. When you say optimizing costs, what comes to your mind? Lowest price. We shouldn't just look at optimizing the cost as the lowest price. You should look at this cost. How can we optimize the value for the guest with the cost? In other words, when you look at optimizing costs, we have to optimize the guest satisfaction and the values of your property with what you are doing to the maintenance that bring forth. In other words, optimize the cost to give the maximum and feasibility of attributes and values positively to the guests. So that, to me, is optimizing cost, not looking at the lowest cost. I have my fair share of agony when I told my staff, in my young days, cheap and good, optimizing costs. Well, it's good to buy a ripe, good-looking mango and cheap and it's sour. And I was serving the Prime Minister. And that is the truth. So I learned my lesson. So we don't look at optimizing costs as the low cost. We look at fair and justified. That's where it will bring you to the optimizing cost of the next level to look at the satisfaction and values that you bring forth.
Understood.
Of your practice of optimizing the cost to the guests. Don't forget, hospitality is about guest needs and wants. Full stop. That's it.
Yes.
Regardless of what you do, regardless of how much you save. Just like SOJO Hotel, fantastic. Using technology for self-serve. Well, self-serve, no service, that's what we want. Responsiveness, flexibility, timeliness, and also it becomes friendly when I self-serve, right?
Yes.
It's within that value, that's what I meant. So when it comes to technology, yes, in industrial 2 bring us to industrial 3, and we all say smart hotel, smart restaurant, smart university.
Okay.
Correct. Connecting education with the community and with technology, right? Where the government and businessmen all come together. That's fantastic. And now Industrial 4 bring us one step further, which help us to optimize costs in both ways. Money and value, like SOJO Hotel did. Digitization bring us into automation. And this allow us to have information transparency, interconnectivity between departments that save time, and you don't need to buy this and that anymore.
Okay.
And not only that, you will also produce vertical and horizontal integrations of departments and your properties. And that saves a lot of communication costs, staffing costs, and other things. For instance, for sales and marketing, now because of the interconnectivity and information transparency, our industrial 4, you have the channel managers, site minder, they'll be able to access to your GTS and to your hotel PMS. Now they can do very creative marketing.
That's true. That's
Are
true.
we going to blockchain hospitality? Yes. They are starting to blockchain your room. In other words, block buying. I'm very sure some of the hotels here have experienced that. So that's great. Explore that as a hybrid of blockchain that comes from sales and marketing.
Okay.
Not only that, your IMC, your integrated marketing communication will increase tremendously. Your social networking, your your customer feedback channel. All these are so important to us. That is what we are looking for.
So,
right?
Kuan, if I get it correctly, as I said earlier, so customer journey, as Luan mentioned, the focus should be the guests and adapt the modern technologies, how to satisfy the guests.
Correct.
And not the other way around, where have the technology and find the guest that would like the technology that
Correct.
you love, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much for that. And this leads me to the next question for everybody. Let's start with Denny. So, in your perspective, having said like customer journey, guest first, then adapting technology, what are the latest technologies or advancement in technology which are pivotal in improving guest satisfaction, in your perspective?
Yes. So for guest satisfaction, that for human resource, we have to train the staff. The training is in the hotel, like SOJO or like Mr. Kuan has shared. So we in hotel we optimizing the labor cost, but we for us, we have to focus in the guest service as well.
Okay.
So to be a staff to work in the resort, yes, we or in a hotel, 5-star hotel, or in the golf course, we need a staff to. We need more human touch.
Correct.
Not all the. We cannot apply the technology much, but we need more human touch. So we have to contact to the guest, have to talk to the guest.
Yes.
Have to have the guest relation.
Yes.
Anyways, yeah. So, but optimizing the labor cost here, we can do like. So after pandemic, so it's very difficult for us to get back the staff, or to do the recruitment day to make sure that you have enough staff to serve the guests.
Correct.
Yes, and that's why we to optimize the labor cost. We need to get contact with the tourism school. Yeah, we have more relation in our community, and then we have the beginner, and we have to train them to start the training. Yes,
Got it.
And for like us, our resort is in the central area, so we have like 1,500 keys.
1,500 keys.
Yes, it's a big resource, and also we have the golf course. So that's why to find caddies, to find staff, very difficult for us. Yeah. So to apply technology, yes, we have some tools like we have PMS, and we have some like SideMinder, some like through all the channel TA online. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, all the online channel, and of course, but we need the staff that. To be at the resort,
yes,
and do the guest relation. Yeah, so that's very important. And optimizing the cost here, that we can we have to win the staff loyalty.
Loyalty.
Yeah, loyalty.
So
we
Denny,
have to keep them. Yeah.
Sorry, Denny, you also mentioned very good, because most of the time when we say guest satisfaction, we're always trying to discuss the front end tools, technology. But honestly, you also touch a very good point. The human resources systems, aside from the human touch, of course, managing manpower in order to be able to provide proper service to the staff. Because if we do not manage this properly and we do not have the technology to manage this, this is also going to be one of the pain points for guest satisfaction. Do you agree to this?
Yes, I agree with that.
Oh, thank you very much, Denny. Now let's go to Min. What do you think, Min? Technological advancements.
Just to follow up that on Denny's on the staff matters, or we call it associates within Marriott. We actually sometimes admire those little smaller company like FLC, even though they're big in Vietnam, but they still look after the staff because we are big, but we also do the same things.
Okay.
From the global perspective to the local. And with each different regions, we specify and we have separate groups, working groups to help and supporting those associates to get better. And with technology that are involved, we have the online tool training program as well for associates to log in to a server, and that's where they can learn and develop themselves to move to the next level. So that's what we blend in using the technology to help our associate to get better.
Correct.
And that's the advantage of a big group like Marriott International to the smaller company.
I agree.
And at the same time, when those associates are left the company, they can move on and being developed to a better positions in the future. And on optimizing costs, not just that, technology is evolving every day, as we all know. And within Marriott International, we do have the resource, the teams that are keep in researching through R&D to implement those things into the hotels later. So that go through all the trial and error. And then we find the best solutions to implement that into each of our hotel worldwide without affecting the guest experience.
Very good.
And the guest experience touch point, as these gentlemen already mentions, that as the human touch point. No machines can replace that.
Yes.
However, if we are smart enough to use technology to help balancing it out, then it's going to be a huge cost saving in the future.
Yes, yes, I agree. Because it is not really replacing human touch, but actually, if I may, this advancement in technology, more than anything, gives or emphasizes more on human touch, because anything that doesn't involve human touch can be passed on to technology, for example, so that everybody now can focus on really the servicing our clients or our guests. Now, very good. Min actually touched. Go ahead, please.
Sorry, just very interesting. This Dennis and Minh just said.
Yes.
But I'm not saying right or wrong, because it's, we are in hospitality. That is human touch is very important.
Yes.
But when they say that, because we see how we optimize maintenance cost, or because what technology can be applied. So how we can understand the customer, how we understand what they need, what they did, what they do in our hotel. That, I think that this will be measured by what? By the feedback system. That's very, very random. They give the feedback to you.
Correct.
By what behavior? By what point? That, I just say it's one experience in our hotel system. So we say that, okay, in every touch point, what we collect information from the customer. That's digital world now.
Yes.
We have to collect that information in every touch point.
Yes.
That's our SOJO is start building a platform. Actually, we did build, but in the first phase, we built the customer data platform to understand that, okay, example, in the room, how they use the TV in the room, how many hours, or in the system, aircon system, how they turn the system, in which degree. Like, okay, Some people like the 25, some people like the 24, but we collect all this data through all our IoT thing.
Agree.
Through the room management system. Get me allowed to do that. That's why you can understand the customer. That's personalized service. You can focus on that part. You cannot say, oh, it's personalized service, but how we do personalized. If we just lean on all the people,
Yes.
okay, you see how the traditional, we focus to looking for that guest. Okay, this one people, maybe like the one reception, they know that this guest like this. But when this stop,
Yes.
we move to the other company or other hotel. So they bring all the guest experience together with him. So
Agree.
how? We don't have any data. So how we can personalize?
Yes.
As I said, this is a war. Should be have this part.
Yes, this is a very important advancement because we all need to understand, just like in the searches, when they're still looking for where to book, we normally, through Google Analytics, understand where we lose them. More so, when we already have them in the hotel, we have to understand where we lose their interest, right? Are they stuck in a certain part of the hotel only, a certain hotel service? What do we do next? How do we enhance this? So that's a very important point. Thank you very much for that, Juan. Now, how about, there's a question actually that came in, which is quite interesting for everybody to pitch in. Is technology, okay, this is for everybody. In regards to optimization of technology, are hotels actively budgeting? So we all keep on talking about technology, even as small as ChatGPT, for example, and the likes of it. But are the hotels actually budgeting for this? Or are we just closing our eyes and hope that our employees pay for them? So how? Go ahead.
Definitely, it's an old school, right? Everybody got to do their capex, got to do their department budget, master budget, whatever it is. It's tremendous amount. For instance, just example, I just changed all my aircon, thank you to technology, to inverter aircons.
Okay.
Because inverter aircons will save 20 to 30% of your electricity of the air conning. So even though my air cons are the old system air cons of 178 rooms, I change them periodically, 20 units every month.
Okay.
And when I change on my fourth month, I save 15% on electricity on the bill of the air conning of the rooms. So it's so worthwhile to sell off the old aircon for $500,000 and buy an inverter. It will take you 3 to 4 years to break even. But then you will have your saving of 30% or 20%, I guarantee you. Thank God for inverter aircons. And it is that good and that cost saving. And I capex that in, and it's still happening now.
Very good.
Painting your facade. God, now it's not cheap anymore. I'm painting my hotel now, it costs me almost $500,000 US. That will be capex in. I just buy a new car, technology. I don't buy just a car, I buy a hybrid. A hybrid whereby fuel will change to electricity and run. It will save 30 to 40% of gas. That is for 17 seaters if the guest needs it.
Okay.
So these are things that we capex in with a lot of maintenance costs. Again, optimizing costs, not the price, but what does the guest get out of it?
Okay.
This is what we do. Better cooling, and inverter air conning has almost zero sound. That you get from the old aircon, right? How many guests complain about that? Especially when you have a balcony and less hot air coming out. They can even go out to the balcony now. So it is really a God bless technology for that.
So you're setting aside budget for this?
Yes.
Okay,
so
good.
my budget is still going on. And not only that, we still have to put in budget into changing things in the room as technology comes in. Your TV, 5-star TV, you got to change the TV every 4 or 5 years, right? The guests will ask for that type of TV, so
Okay.
you better budget it in because it's going to eat into your bonus.
Good.
So,
Thank you very much for that, Kuan. Min, go ahead.
Can I just add in the
Sure.
point about air conditionings here, because it's a topic that are very interesting for us when we're talking to owners as
Yes.
well. Mostly for our technical teams or our global design teams, what we always advise is to find the right consultant from the very beginning. So if you can get the right consultant, MEP consultant from the very beginning, to work with any hotel operator or owner, and trying to find a solutions, then the story of changing the air conditionings every 3 years will not be happening.
A problem.
Because that means from the very beginning you invest for 15, 20 years term, then it's easier. And also small thing, technology in the rooms, such as if you have a balcony, please try to install a switch that when the guests open the balcony, it switch off the aircon. And I'm sure James would agree with me with his experience, or Mikael down there. And another point that lately that we have implementing is trying to have the sensors in the rooms. When the guests are not in the room, everything switch off to a lowest mode. And it switch back on when the guests open the door. So that way you're saving in terms of energies, and that is a lot of money at the bottom line for you.
Yes, and that still connects to guest satisfaction because they're very happy that, as soon as they close the door, aircon's back to normal, right? That's a very good point. Now, thank you for that, Min and Kuan. Let's go now to sustainability and efficiency, where my good friend Norbert has a question to Denny related to related to PTEB or related to manpower, basically. In large hotels, 1,500 rooms with several thousand of rooms, what would be the typical average manpower cost and then also utility expense on a percentage of revenue? Your advice, not necessarily your own hotel.
Thank you for the question. In our resort, actually now we are doing like 1,500 keys. So like you mentioned about the AC, so we have a sliding door. So all our room facing the beach. So we have sliding door, and we put a sensor. So each time the guest open the sliding door, the AC automatically stop. So this not affect the guest satisfaction. They still happy because this is the green environment.
Correct.
Yes. And besides that, for manning, you mean about the labor cost?
Yes.
So we are doing like at 30% of the total revenue, and for applying the technology of the sensor for the AC, so we reduce the utility cost from 20 to 15%.
Wow.
But doing a resort is very difficult because we have golf course, we have like a garden,
yes,
a very huge garden area and swimming pool. So we applied like the heated pool for the guests as well.
Yes.
And we applied the night golf course, so the guests can play golf at night. So we use a lot of electricity.
Yes.
So our resort consumes a lot of power.
I would imagine very big, 1,500 rooms.
Yes. So, it's a very difficult task for management for us. But anyway, we try we apply a technology like the solar system for the boiling water. We apply the sensor as I mentioned. And for the staffing, that we try our best to mostly training, and we use mostly local talent.
Excellent.
Develop local talents.
Thank you for that. Thank you. I hope that answers your question, Norbert.
Thank you.
Now, I have a question for Mr. Luan. Related to, because we're now in the topic of green sustainability, the next question is, since we've been talking about how much energy saving solutions contributed to optimizing costs, could you share, how do you practice? I remember you mentioned you have 14 hotels now, 20 hotels, right?
Totally 14 in the operations.
Correct. And soon to be 20. Could you share how do you practice greening your properties in general?
Just say that it's luckily, just mentioned about in the beginning that it's SOJO was born in the difficult time, in the COVID time. We just newly opened the first one in the early of 2021, and that is COVID time. But it's give us a chance to invest what we have to save. Example, we just say about aircon. We have all control by the room management system. That we have the sensor in the room. We have a room management system and allow guests when just get going out is off all the system as well. Or we can manage it from the central of hotel or somewhere in the headquarters of the SOJO as well.
Okay.
That is save a lot of money. Also, we in our DNA, we also planned for all the hotel from the center to South Vietnam.
Yes.
We also installed the solar power also.
Yes.
To support for the hot water, everything there. And I think that is be safe. And even that is, you can see that is in the room. We think is what we design. Think the room, even at every square meter, we not make this too big.
Okay.
To save the power of the room in the room as well.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much there. Now, let's play a little game related to the next question. I know that we didn't practice for this. Let's call it in your world. Okay? So in your world, with the modern technology available already and related to green and sustainability, would you still rather, in your world, are they still doing site inspection like the normal style? Or are they already doing virtual site inspections by providing them links, etc., and utilizing technology? Very short answers, please. Let's start with Min.
Still preferring the human touch,
Human touch.
which is the actual site inspections.
Got it. Thank you. How about Kuan?
Same, human touch, the intangibles can never disappear, plus a refreshment session.
Okay, great. Got it. Denny?
Yes, for me it's human touch because what we're doing is hospitality. Yes.
Hospitality.
Yeah, hospitality
Okay.
industry. Yes.
Thank you. Luan?
For me, that is a hybrid. Why
Hybrid?
hybrid? Because it's, you see that our customer audience is young, Gen Z. So sometimes the all interaction is social network, or they have not many. They don't have many time like shopping, go to physically to
Yes.
the property to see. That's why that we provide both.
Okay, got it. Well, as you can see, different companies have different answers to this. Personally, I was once upon a time a travel agent myself, and I remember I wanted to do a site inspection in a cluster of hotels in Maldives. And I was thinking already that I will fly there and see the hotels. Instead, they all sent me a link to to a virtual tour. And I go like, okay, that goes my site inspection there. But yeah, I think the answer here is we need to balance, of course, human touch. Some people still want the human touch. Some would prefer to just see the virtual inspection of it. I mean, the virtual version of the tour. This tool should be available. This material should be available just in case necessary. Okay? Okay, let's go first to the next questions right here. Let's go to adapting and learning. Mr. Kuan, how have maintenance strategies been adjusted in response to global challenges such as the pandemic? I know not everybody wants to talk about the pandemic anymore, but we learn our lessons there to manage costs while ensuring guest satisfaction.
Okay, those were the fun times. Well, we have to realize that there's so many latent costs, risk costs involved, and there's a pandemic. So obviously, we rely a lot on remote technology.
Uh-huh.
Now, my principle to my hotel is go on skeleton plus 20%. Why plus 20%? To save costs, obviously. The 20% is for the intangibles.
Okay.
Right? Security must stand in the lobby. There must be receptionists stand there in all shifts. And midnight shifts, you might have presence of people, regardless there's a pandemic. Because I do have long stay guests, right, for a few months, for years. So that what we do. And remotely, we rely a lot on CCTV. Please spend some money on CCTV, good ones and clear ones. So we manage by CCTV.
Okay.
So, the managers who are there, suppose there will be there. Those that are not there, they work at home. They actually look at the monitors at times to direct and redirect and say, hey, there's a guest there, send somebody up there. Or somebody at the restaurant counter need help now. And the security, they are not really allowed to walk so much. Right?
Okay.
Especially in Binyang, Binyang area is a little bit more governmental. So we have to rely on CCTV a lot to zoom in, zoom out, to do almost everything. In the food and beverage section, we cannot close it. The hotel has to run, regardless whether it's raining fire or raining water. So we have to really rely a lot on that. Not only that, communication between. So we form, obviously, even now, we have Xylo, WhatsApp, we form groups.
Yes.
Whereby groups of concern, we call housekeeping groups, security groups, and manager groups, and my personal groups, that type of thing. And we use a lot of that, and thank God for technology. Now, on the backside of me, on my management, is that I took advantage of nobody is checking in, let's clean up. So we schedule all the maintenance. We clean up almost all the air cons, big condensers, and especially the kitchen, the corners, under the tables and everything. So we spruce up the whole hotel and we schedule the whole maintenance. Now, another thing is that you may say it's not a cost, but when you compare it versus the latent cost that hidden by the pandemic that you need to pay, medical, and the hurt and the feelings and all those emotional costs, is worth it. What I do is just that I encourage all my staff, the skeleton crew and the 20% to stay in my hotel.
Okay.
They don't go home. I tell them, don't go home, because you go home, you expose yourself to your family. Once you stay here, your family is one risk less. In other words, they are safer. And you are catered for. In other words, your family or your mother and father don't need to think about your living.
Okay.
Hotel will take care of you. So all my staff, they love it, they stay, and they become very loyal.
Good.
And they appreciate it. So that is saving costs, yet not saving costs, you may say, but in the end, you save a lot of latent costs.
Got it.
That's what I'm trying to say. So we did that.
True. And yeah, you mentioned application of technology, CCTVs, etc. This is the way to go. Okay?
Right.
Now, thank you very much for that. Our last question for everybody. Okay? Learning from what, in the past few years, optimizing costs versus guest satisfaction. What have you learned, or what can you share to everybody? Very short answers, one by one, please. Mr. Luan?
Just for me, that is, I think I answered what you questioned before, but
Yes.
I just repeat again. Besides what you have to satisfy customer experience, sometimes we cannot save much the maintenance cost.
Yes.
But how we doing this efficiency, because beyond what system you have, you can measure. Example like the Kuan said about the aircon, just by second. But before that, in the industry, we see that we set already like checklist or routine.
Okay.
3 months or 6 months to one-time maintenance. But actually, that is in the COVID time or in pandemic time. So you see that is occupancy drop.
Yes.
You cannot say still keep 3 months or 6 months.
Yes.
But in the system, we can measure exactly how many hours this aircon will turn it on.
Okay.
So we can exactly, instead of 3 months, maybe now we can do 6 months or 9 months to do the maintenance.
Got
That's
it.
saving the manpower, saving spare parts, saving everything. It's just not like go to do for nothing.
Yes.
And the other way that is what we doing is just share experience. We just, I don't know that is the other group, but in our group, Eastin only have department called CX
Okay.
department. They are all collect all data for the customer experience
Okay.
and analysis and give the solution or what the customer do, and then that's how
Study
we touch, how we don't touch with the customer point to make the dissatisfaction during the stay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well said. Min?
You would have to do a balance between the maintenance and the guest satisfactions. For example, if your lift is not maintenance and you close one lift and then there's only one lift left to run around, your guest's not going to be happy. So
Yes.
there got to be some balance to ensure that you have the fund to maintain your property, at the same time maintain the guest satisfactions. Because if they do satisfact with your hotel, they will come back.
Correct. Very good point.
Okay, I totally agree, Mr. Min. So I just give you a concept that I use. Whatever you do maintenance or what you want to buy, think of PAGE, P-A-G-E. PAGE is a percentage of the budget they can afford. A is the amount of the budget that you can afford. G is the guest satisfaction needs of what you are doing. And E, your expectation versus the guest expectation. So you take all this PAGE, most probably your maintenance will be okay.
Very
That is
good.
my principal concept to you.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. Denny?
For me, we have to balance. Yeah. So for me, to achieve guest satisfaction, first you need to make your staff happy.
Yes.
Yeah. To win your staff loyalty.
Yes.
So and retain the experienced staff.
Very good.
Yeah. So they are loyal to you. They work for you. They experience, and then they make the guests happy.
Thank you very much
That's
for
my
that.
opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Denny. And for me, actually, maintenance costs, guest satisfaction doesn't mean that you just focus on what I learned. It's not just to look at your competitors. Look at your guests. Because sometimes we tend to look at our competitors more than understanding the real needs of the guests. Okay? There are so many tools right now where you can study exactly what your guest needs. It doesn't mean that your neighbors are doing this and your guests would be happy as well. Focus on your guests. Don't look at your neighbors too much. Of course, look at them, but that's not the main, the main ingredient in this pie. Look at your guests because your guests are the ones paying you, not your competitors. Okay? And with that, thank you very much, team. A round of applause for everybody, please. Thank you.